Hello, how are you? How are we? Oh my. I would be doing better if I didn't have to record this intro again. Yeah, it happened. But that's fine. That's fine. We in the boogie. I can't even be mad at it. I just gotta keep going. But how are you? Anyways, so I'm gonna try and piggyback off my second part that I watched a little bit. Basically, I was talking about the Jojo Siwa little thing with the trad wife video. I'm gonna try and speed this up real quick because this is not my issues anyway, but I just think it's very intriguing. Not intriguing, I think it's just very interesting. That was the wrong word. But her video, I did not listen to it. I don't want to listen to it. I don't care to listen to it. I just feel like the look of it all and what you have came from and what you have come to, sister, you're just being disrespectful at this point, in my opinion. I feel like it's plain disrespect. Like, but to some degree. And I wish I would have had the other parts in my video. I truly wish I had the other parts in my video. But I was saying something along the lines of he is a older man by my knowledge, and I could be wrong. You know, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. I think he's like 10 years older than her. I believe she's 22. I think she's the same age as me. And I believe that he's 32. And like I said, even though, hi, baby, people are the age of consent, I don't feel like a lot of people have the knowledge and understanding, especially dating a man that I don't know from the public view. She's, in my opinion, probably never had a boyfriend. I don't know. I was never too much into her childhood. Are you going to sleep, baby? I just feel like to some extent, I'm gonna get into the little bit of the topic that people are talking about besides like the whole trad wife video. I just feel like she's most definitely making a statement, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's very much influence off of him and what he wants. But I most definitely could be wrong. I do not know Jojo by any means necessary. I don't know that man either. But I feel like ploys are being put into her head a little bit, like seeds are being planted. There's videos of her talking to paparazzi out in public, and while she's getting in her car, and they ask her like, "Are you like really serious about him?" Chris, I forgot what his name is. It never mattered to me. But she was like, most definitely, like she was thinking about marriage. Is what she was saying. Like, oh yeah, I think about him so much, and I think about marriage, something along the lines of that. And then people are saying that he has been very obsessed with her stomach as of late. Ugh, like it reminds me of Handmaiden Tales. I don't know. It gives very. I'm not even gonna go there. Let me shut up. Let me mind my business. I'm gonna pay the business that minds me. Look at it. This is my basil leaf. It's so cute and it has a heart. Anyways, that was not needed, was it? Keep it for protection. Put basil in your wallet. You're welcome. But trust me, sister. Put that basil in. Put that basil in. And when it dry, burn it. Let me stop. I'm making this so like creepy. But yeah, people are saying that he's been obsessed with her stomach, and the reaction that she give is like very much like, oh my god. Like I'm not gonna say oh my god in a bad way, but oh my god, like she shook that he said that on camera. So I feel like are these ploys to like implement these things in her head. So to an extent, I feel like, and this is just a thought, and when I say a thought, you take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Listen, take it with a grain of salt. But I feel like though the shocked look that I seen in one of the videos, it seemed like she was not expecting it. And Jojo, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. She does or says a lot of things that can be like, "Oh, like let's make a video of you doing this with me," and then like implementing it and then just like going along with it. It's kind of what I feel like she's used to doing. So I feel like this was very out of the ordinary for her, maybe from the looks of my eyes. So what that tells me is to a possibility, and I can't be reaching. Like I said, it's a thought. Don't judge me. I feel like, is he doing it in the camera for her to like post it, kind of want to see what people are thinking about it, because she kind of does care about what people think of her and her relationship. And of course, she's not going to pay attention to the negative comments. And even if they're going to be negative, I feel like his charisma, he's very slick with his mouth. Don't know the man. I'm just reading. And sometimes I'm a bad reader. Take it with a grain of salt. But for her to like, but then he's gonna be like, well, look at this good comment, and there's gonna be people like, oh, I would love to see a baby of you too, which I'm not shitting on at all. I would love for her to be happy, but I just feel like, for it all it takes is one good compliment, and him to keep hyping that up and implementing that in her head to boost herself up about it, chorusing in a way. And I feel like that's just manipulation. So I don't know. But yeah, I have a lot of thoughts about some of the things that he does, but also it's not my relationship, not my business, not my comfortability. So what can I say? Okay, so I'm back, and that is so much more better. I don't know why it got like super bright. It was kind of annoying me. But anyways, now that I'm getting my voice back, um, yeah, people are saying that either they're expecting. I personally believe that the thought process can go a couple ways. Like I was saying before, he could either be, they could be like playing this game of fantasy, or he could be implementing in her head that he wants her to have a kid, a part of this trad wife thing that he's putting out to her. He is in 27 up to his 30s. I don't know the exact age. I'm pretty sure y'all do if y'all listening still. But yeah, he's like 27 to like 30 something, 32. And I believe he's like 10 years older than her. I don't care if somebody is like old enough to consent. I still feel like an age difference is such a big thing to look at, because the like people, if I were to have a conversation with a 39-year-old and I feel like they got their shit straight and I'm able to listen, because some of these a little shaky in them boots. Um, which is perfectly fine because the economy, sister. If it gets any worse, come out of this bitch. No tea, no shade. Um, but if I feel like I'm able to talk to you and listen to you, I'm gonna take some things that you say seriously. And if I'm naive enough or ignorant enough to really take what you say seriously, with love on top of that, then I feel like there most definitely could be a manipulation. And I feel like he's a very smooth talker. Something about him. I don't know. He's kind of spooky to me. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. You know, I don't want to shuffle nobody's, bushes. What does that mean? Let's continue. So maybe I'll keep that for the end. Chris Sean, what's up? Is sister okay? Does sister need a hug? I think she needs a Snickers. Sneakers? Snickers? Don't ask me. I've been saying it wrong since childhood and I refuse. I don't even like it. I think it's overrated. Quite frankly, I think it's bottom tier. Like, And y'all can argue with me in the comments about it. Actually, let's do that. What's your favorite candy bar? Why am I need to stop. Anyways, Krishan, I have heard that she has been making ice attacks on people like Kaylani and just making comments about it, period. It's getting very nasty. For y'all black artists, and I'm gonna get into another one. For y'all black artists to be, I don't know, I expect Negroes to have, I shouldn't say that word. Let me stop, because some people might be offended by it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, me. Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I understand. I take that back. I can. Yeah. For us niggas, I feel like we should have a little bit of understanding of other cultures' struggle. And as a black person, if you can't see what what a part of what he's doing is racism and like just plain disrespect. Artists like Krishan, I wouldn't be surprised if Candy is one of them. Nikki Minaj is a part of this conversation for using ICE against, I think, Jay-Z's CEO for Rock Nation. Why are we using this as a target on people? And I also just seen one of the YouTubers that I watch, Adam McIntyre. Some there is like snarks on Reddit reporting them to ICE, saying that their visa was not the visa that they should have gotten, and they were saying that he was he has the wrong visa, reporting him, saying like, oh, I usually wouldn't support ICE, but yeah, Adam has to go, and making jokes about it to the point where now he's in a legal battle about the whole thing. And I just feel like that's crazy. That is so crazy. Is that not crazy? But anyways, Jesus. Was it my last video or my first video? I just remember I was editing. And if y'all saw how bad I was caught, I have weak lungs. I've always had weak lungs. Smoking has never been my bit for real, for real. I don't even know why. We know. But yeah, I just feel like Krishan is very ignorant. Everybody should ignore her. Y'all have to understand that these people have to play a part to get money. Sadly, I was watching this other YouTuber that I watch because I love information. I love watching other people. I love commentary. I love conversation. I love debates. That's just who I am. But yeah, I don't know their name. It's King something. Okay, so what I was saying was, I was watching this YouTuber and their take on like celebrities, and they were just ranting, but it was like mad true. And I listened, and I was like, okay, like I always had this understanding, emotional wise, like we have to stop having this high expectations of these celebrities that are around the same age as us, and like much older. Oh Lord, I can't talk. Or who this much. I usually talk so much faster than this. That's how you know I'm gassed. That's how you know it. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, anyways, emotional wise, how celebrities are. Like, say for example, I'm gonna bring some other YouTubers up in here just because they had some drama. I ain't talking about it, cause I want to be cool. I don't want I don't know. They be talking their shit, so I don't want no beef. If I talk about Nikki, she ain't gonna talk about me. I hope not. I ain't got no beef towards Mama for real. I don't know that woman, but these YouTubers, Keith, and Nija and Ricky, they were like a friend group at one point, I think, and they had a situation where I'm not even gonna get into it because that's none of my business. They put it on the internet, but that's still, I don't even want to talk about it. But I remember having a conversation with my friend, and they were like, I just feel like Keish, da da da. And I was like, in that situation, I feel like I kind of see what type of friend he was. He's not the one to always defend himself in that moment. He kind of like allows shit that I've seen. And you know, like everybody's learning. You go through that to like keep friendships or to not seem too picky. And it was very much like two against one situation. So I understood why he specifically would not say something like over and over again, or like it would take a minute for him to say something, is what I think. So, not necessarily that I was defending him in the case, but it's like I do understand why, like, you know, it probably seemed like it came out of nowhere. I'm a Taurus. I was literally looking at my anger chart and like how I react to like it bullshit, and I was like, that makes so much sense. Like, it takes so much for me to get to that point, and then one little minor thing, and I'm having a bad day. No, now you're gonna get everything for the last 4 months. Don't, because you shouldn't be with me anyways. I let you pass too many times. Now you're gonna get that raft. Raft? Tongue tied. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm too high. Okay, so yeah, like celebrities or people that are famous, they are just like us emotional wise. Sometimes just because they have money does not give them a bigger, more conscience, or a mentality, or they just got, what did they use to say, they just got potential to show. Like, you have to put yourself out there. So don't, these are just people who put themselves out there. You can be that person. Type of thing. Jesus Christ. But also just the like spending aspect of it. Like, when you are a celebrity, you have to have a big life, and big life costs more money than what we have. Some of these celebrities out here going on tours because they struggling, or not necessarily struggling, but they got to get that money. Like, they gotta pay things up. They got bills too. They ain't out here for y'all. No tea, no shade. Beyonce not out here for y'all. She done bring the whole family on. Family road trip. Let's go get this money. That's how you build the empire. She doing it right. I can't even be mad at her. So Taylor Swift, that everybody, and she's a top paid artist. That's literally what he was saying. And she still got bills too. Big life. What they say, money can't buy you happiness. You more money, more issues. But yeah, I think Krishan is just ignorant, and I think people just need to stop paying attention to her and don't give her the reaction that she wants. And honestly, she needs to get her shit together, because the whole child situation, I'm not gonna put anything within the child, because at the end, I feel like everybody should stop talking about the child. Stop talking about the child. Stop talking about the child. The child ain't got nothing to do with it. Please. I feel like somebody needs to step in. I'm not gonna say who. I'm not even saying it's the dun dun dun. I'm just saying somebody. Where your family at? Where your real friends at? That ain't on no drugs and actually give a fuck about you. Where they at? That's who you need right now. It's not gonna feel good when you get shit taken away from you. That's just what it is. So I genuinely feel like she got bills too, and she's doing what she thinks she needs to do to get money, and that's playing into a role that she's been playing into for a while. And you look at all these streamers, it's kind of sucks, and it's kind of depressing in a way, because say you give the utmost energy and then that's what people come for, and then you lose that traction, or you lose that ability to want to do so. Now you have to fake it. You have to fake all that energy, and then it becomes draining. So I feel like creators like and streamers like Kai and the whole AMP crew, I do have my one ups to them. Like, y'all kudos, y'all do y'all thing, especially Kai. Like, Not even because like I feel like he's better or anything at all by any means necessary. I enjoy other people than Kai. I really don't watch Kai. I just feel like he dedicates himself so much into it. That's why I have the respect for him. But yeah, like they is no different from us for real. Y'all have to stop treating them differently. It ain't no different. They have the same issues that we go through. Same girlfriend issues, same family issues, same homie issues, same, best friend issues. It's all the same. We all in the box. Going to different booths with bullshit. That's all it is. But Nikki and the whole I'm gonna get this out the way because it's low key a lot. And I'm already hitting my 16 minutes. Okay, so we're back with the Nikki. I had to go redo my intro. Isn't that ghetto? Yeah, it is. Very much ghetto, but we're gonna carry on. Why? Because I'm not. Anyways, Nicki Minaj calling out Jay-Z for the whole Diddy situation. I'm going to speak very vague about it because I truly do not know all the information. I've watched a couple videos on it with my faves, and I still feel like I have to build my opinion on it. I really don't say I pay attention to Nicki Minaj. I just feel like there's a lot of banter around it, so I don't. It's just a lot. It's like keeping up with DDG. Sister, you just doing too much. Oh my god. Is Nikki DDG? And DDG is Nikki? Anyway, sister. um, Nikki, and I feel like the whole, like what one of my faves says, is the whole situation is not about Nikki, and Megan or Nikki against Jay-Z. I just feel like she genuinely feel like she was done dirty. She was, like they said, she was promised a sweet dream of success and longevity in her career, and she did not get that because she stood 10 toes on what she wanted. And I don't know how the industry works behind closed doors. I really don't want to know. I'm good. Um, but I feel like it most definitely took a toll on her, and she, pulled back, stepped back, or took back her energy from the industry, and they made her pay for it initially. If you were to speak in theory, allegedly. So, yeah, her bringing up what Megan said a year ago, sister, is done and over with. But also the lawsuit with Megan, with her photographer assistant, something like that, and them alleging that she was being fat phobic and calling them names, amongst a few other things. But that was the one that stuck out to me because I was like, okay, is this another like Lizzo situation? That just would be like very, I stand big on like people treating people right. I don't think it's that hard. And then also, oh, her allegedly having intercourse um in like a truck with him in the truck, and she knew he was in the truck. So that was a very uncomfortable situation for him, and I feel like he should most definitely get his payback for that because sister, like, is everybody into voyeurism at this point? What is going on? Is everybody okay? I think everybody getting too freaky dicky. Y'all need to calm y'all coochie down. Coochie and beat please. Please. Oh my gosh. So I feel like it would be very disappointing for that to come from Megan because, like, girl, you was a thick girl at one point. You know how you were treated for being thick and coming into the industry, and people will, like, of course it's like a health thing and just wanting to do better for yourself as well, but people like pushing you to the point where you felt like you needed to leave and like come back with a whole new you, whole new body. And I feel like it was a way to prove to yourself, yes, but it was also like people got to you, so you should take that into accountability and change as a person. And if it was even during that time, sister, you wrong. And I'm not saying that you have to be a thicker person to understand. You really don't. It's really empathy, sympathy, child. Mm. But yeah, um, but Nicki Minaj calling it karma. I'm like, sister, I remember the reason why I stopped watching you is because you were being mean to your people. You were being mean to your people. You cannot. What is the saying? Ain't that the pot calling the kettle? Like something like that. Like sister, you can't be the one to say something. And then she spoke about the whole Jay-Z situation and asking him, did he know anything about the Diddy case? Da da da, because he was so close to Diddy. We all know that that nigga had ties, allegedly, to Diddy. So I don't feel like that's anything, but also, um, you not saying anything about the Diddy case until now, instead of you being like, oh, you ain't saying nothing to the victims, you ain't saying nothing to Cassie. Not saying that you have to, but like for you to bring it up and to like throw it in somebody's face, it's not the right way and it's not the right time. But also, people do it every day and people talk their shit. So what can I say? But I just feel like as Nicki Minaj, and when you have this big platform and you have millions of people watching you every day sell press on nails and ugly shoes on TikTok, not judging. Like I said, these celebrities got to get their money too. However, may it work, you know. But yeah, I just feel like you with this big platform, you should be more responsible with the things that you put out there. That's just my opinion. But also, who am I? But yeah, and then what else? And then Lil Wayne also being put in the mix. I don't know if he was talked about or it's just the creator that I was listening to, but they were talking about Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne being mad that Jay-Z didn't put them in the Super Bowl last year. And I'm just like, really? And let me hold your hand when I say this. Mm, come here. Come here. Like I said, let me hold your hand when I say this. You, Nicki, and Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne. What are y'all gonna do on a football stadium at y'all big smoking age? No tea, no shade. Sister, I couldn't even do it. You asked me to do it, I might cop out. No tea, no shade. That's a lot of work. What them dancers and Kendrick Lamar did, absolutely phenomenal. Uh, Baby, I would have been out of breath. I too much. So I'm just like, okay, what was y'all gonna sing? What was y'all like latest records that's gonna hit everybody for real? Even the like they gonna be mad, but they gonna be boogieing to some Kendrick Lamar. Do I feel like it was a ploy? Maybe. Do I feel like it was a shot at Nikki? Maybe. Do I feel like they're still antagonizing this woman? Maybe. Do I feel like she's crazy? Maybe. Do I feel like she's stupid? No. Nicki Minaj, she knows her way around the industry. So some of the things, it's like when we at a time used to listen to what's his name? People like Jaguar and like old dude off of Raven. When we listen to those people, like we take it with me personally, I take it with a grain of salt, but I also take notes. Never believe the whole truth, but take it in sprinkles, sister. Okay? So that's just how I live. That's just how I work. You know, you gotta make notes. You gotta set things aside. You gotta coordinate. You gotta see. You gotta plan. You gotta visionate. You are the visionator. If you ain't doing that, you ain't solving the puzzle, sister. I like puzzles. But yeah, But yeah, people like that. Like, I feel like we listen to those people and take it with a grain of salt. Nicki Minaj, she very much knows what she's talking about half of the time. So I want to listen to her. I want to believe the things that she says because I just feel like she's a hurt, crazed woman. And when the industry is coming after you, and you know can't make more money. They blackballing you. I genuinely wouldn't know how that feels or how to work that situation, especially being as big as you are. Just imagine you're as big as Beyonce. You're within a time frame as Beyonce, or you're Beyonce, and you're being silenced. You're being silenced. You can't take too much, and if you do, they got shit on you. No help, no nothing, no this, no that. The people you thought you had, they ain't even had your back for real. They was your last leg. I would be crazed. So I don't blame her. But I feel like that money is running dry. Don't see no shade. Um, Reggie and DDG. I want to get a little bit into this because I know a little bit of the lore, but I do not know too much. But also, bottom line, I just want to say I feel like Reggie a cool ass nigga. I feel like Reggie jokes. I feel like Reggie's real in a way. And I don't feel like he was ever taking pokes or stabbed at DDG. Like, if he's there, he's there. And if he asks you, if he answers your questions, he answers your questions. And I feel like DDG is just so sensitive, especially within this time with everything going on. And, I completely understand to an extent, but also, how are you expecting to come out here and do content? You have this negative energy, and you just, like, thinking that people hating on you so bad. Like, I don't know if India made his head big. Um, they look cute together, I guess. But yeah, I don't know if India made his head big and he just thought he was the shit for a little bit too long. Um, Almighty J, maybe you are irrelevant, unfortunately. You kind of look good still. Kind of look good still. Respectfully. Who else was he talking about? Oh, I think Kai was in it too, and I think Kai also made a video on it. I'm not watching that shit. But I just want to say, bottom line, I do feel like DDG is just in a very triggered place, and he's just letting it rip on anyone and everything at this point in time. And he's just very irritable, and I feel like y'all are continuing just making this man money while he's just like, it's like, I don't know, but also I seen like a lot of the guys were still on his side when the whole thing came out with Hallie. But as soon as this happened with Reggie, and they were like, "Oh, he's tweaking." Don't piss me off. We gonna end that right there. I'm not talking about that no more. Love Island and Huda. I'm so sorry, sister. Why are y'all calling CPS on this woman? What did she do for real? I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Don't do no shade. What I am seeing is people saying that she's a crash out. And from the clip that I seen on the Love Islands where she called old dude the word, can I put that on the screen either? We'll see. We'll find out. She called that man a bitch, and I'm gonna get to my thought on that word at the end of my thought of the whole Love Islands thing. But I genuinely feel like I was talking about with the creator that I watch, Adam McIntyre, and literally fans and haters calling and making reports to this this little poor baby, this mother mucker, and making ICE reports on them because they either one can't read a visa or two think it's just a police report, and even that is fucking serious. Y'all need to stop. Y'all are literally letting the world get into y'all rooms and in y'all minds and in y'all beds. Y'all are sleeping with society right now. Please stop. Clear your mind. Go put your feet on some grass. Go hug a tree. Get grounded. Y'all are too in the clouds for people to be joking about war and motherfuckers to be making a report to people because they, like I said, one, either can't read a visa or two, just hate this person. And that's very scary that people are allowed to do this. And I was listening to Leo Skeppy's video about this as well, and he was talking about his whole cancel situation, and I didn't hear too much on it. I remember hearing about it and immediately unfollowing because I was kind of disgusted, but also I'm most definitely gonna have to do my research on that. But I just adore their point of view so much on certain things. On certain things, I can most definitely say that, like, I have a strong sense of, like, oh, like, I feel this person, like they come off so genuine as well. So I don't know. I'm gonna most definitely have to do my research, because you do have to pay attention to the people that you intake within your energy and that you're watching. Most definitely, I don't like too much negativity. Like, I can't do it no more. But yeah, these people were talking about, like, how normal people are having this ability to basically ruin people's lives just because you don't like them or you don't like their point of view of something. And I've seen the Huda, Huda. I just can't say it. Huda. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I'm butchering it. Jesus. Um, Huda. I think that's how you say it. I really tried, but it's fine. But the whole situation on it, and I seen one creator was saying, like, oh, like the bitch word, like, y'all need to stop saying it to men, because if it were the other way around, like I said, stop calling CPS on people. Stop trying to get these streamers swatted because I don't know, some of these people, ooh, some of these need to go to jail. Some of them need to be on the register for real. I don't know, y'all spooky dookie. I'm just not feeling it. This is why I'm so glad that I don't really like play through my videos. For I'll be speeding through that, because I would be cutting all of this out. But you know, I'm gonna keep it authentic. It's just me. Hi, my name is Nani. But yeah, I feel like, and then the other one about the girl saying the N word. Um, I don't know. I feel like it was also one of those videos that you see every day that you just be like, it is what it is. But also, I don't know. Yeah, sister, you're done. I just feel like if you know you can't say it, you can't say it. People are getting famous off of saying the N word. I just find it so ignorant. And then when we want to beat people up for, you saying it for a negative connotation, like, just, it's really not that hard. It's really not that hard. Even as someone who says nigga a lot, I cannot say it for at least 2 days. But literally, this, I don't know. I just don't agree with it. I just feel like, me personally, I can't. I still don't get the whole, I've been around black people my whole life. I've heard the word my whole life. I've heard a lot of things my whole life, and I never took everything. Do better. Wake up and do better. Simple. Very simple, very sweet. So I hate that excuse. But the whole bitch word. Um, me personally, me personally, and this comes from somebody who at one point did not like the word at all. Ugh. Cause I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this with grace. It was said to me a lot as a child. I don't like the word. It triggers me. It triggers me. Low key. So for a long period of time, I did not use that word at all. You can say that word, cool. Don't say that word to me. I don't even want to low key hear it in my vicinity, because I might just swing attack on you. I might just one punch you. I might just. So I just started saying it again recently, and I say it in, like, how I say period. It's like I'm standing on business, and then I use the bitch word. I don't really feel like I say it towards people, and even if I do, it's towards my female friends, and or I don't know. Everybody gets called a she. It don't matter what you is, low key, and I need to stop that. It's just like I be calling everybody girl. You can be a boy, cat. You could be a turtle. You gonna get called girl. I don't know what it is. Girl just flows off the tongue. It's within my sentence, and I need to fix it. I understand. But the bitch word, I feel like, men, used it on women for centuries to downgrade women and put them in categories, and it was for sexism. And nowadays, and I'm gonna imitate a man real quick. Oh no, you can't call me that. You can't call me that. You getting mad for something that you said the other day to a girl that you did not like, just because. Look at this. Like, no, I'm going to say it to whoever. To whomever I feel like needs that disrespect, and it takes me a little bit to get there. I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. As a tourist, I feel like it takes me a little bit to get there, enough to call you that word. But genuinely, I feel like men called women this word for so long. It's like if we could reverse nigga and say that to like white people. I probably shouldn't have said that word. But yeah, it's as if we changed the word and made it like derogatory towards anybody, because we know they all don't find it offensive. Um, then that would be the same type of situation. I feel like women took the word for themselves and they called that each other amongst their friends. I'm never gonna. I say it like I said. I say it as a period, but I'm never gonna call somebody a bitch on purpose with the disrespect, unless it's like you don't feel the disrespect. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, I feel like since men said it for so long to disrespect women, I can say it to anybody I please. Thank you. Um, how was y'all full moon? Did y'all manifest for the new moon, and have you been implementing action into your goals? And if not, we have to do it. The full moon was on July the 10th. It is now July the 11th. The new moon coming up is going to be on the 26th, 24th. My calendar. That's not updated. Don't talk about it. But yeah, the new moon is on the 24th, and then the next full moon is going to be on the 9th of next month. And the full moon was in Buck Moon on July the 10th. And from what I understand, um, oh, it is the moon that makes you see what you're unhappy with in your life and makes you challenge if you want to fix that or not, or if you want to put action into that to be better, to have better so you won't be stressed out. This is going to be a time of putting in work into what you want and putting effort towards your goal. So that, as well as, every full moon is going to be heightened emotions. So most definitely, how was y'all Thursday? Thursday was on the 10th. So how was y'all Thursday? How was that? I was very all over the place. I remember crying. Yeah, I cried because honestly, Spirit has been telling me to rest. I've been working 5 to 6 days a week. Um, and it's taking a toll on my body because I just feel like I want to put my energy into more things than work. So I'm really having a battle between paying these bills and also like putting energy into myself and putting energy into getting out of the situation that I want to get out of. So Spirit has most definitely been calling me to rest, and I tried to take a day off, but my manager wanted to argue with me for me only to have one ride. Yeah, he wanted to argue with me. So I was like, okay, it is what it is. Like, I don't mind. Money is money. Whatever. My check finna be thick. I just need to think about that. Period. Point blank. So, it was kind of just like annoying, and I was just like, I'm so drained, and I'm putting so much work and so much pressure on myself to do videos, to do my daily tasks and my chores that I take very seriously around my house. because I feel like my apartment is my state of mind, and things start to irritate me. I don't know if it's ADHD. I don't know if I'm on the spectrum at this point. I feel like living alone has most definitely made me sit with myself, and like, bitch, I can't sit. I can't sit. I can't sit. So, I don't know. I'm most definitely gonna need to get checked out because it's like crazy. I remember in one day, I forgot about three very important things at work, and I'm just like, the next day, physically going through the actions and remembering yesterday that I fucked up. And I was like, it ain't never been this bad before. I don't know if it's the or me. So I'm just like, I'm genuinely just putting too much stress on myself, and I'm expecting myself to do so much when I have been literally trying to tell myself that you're doing the best you can. You're doing literally everything on your own. Sister, like, so you just be like, take a breather and look around. Look what you did. And honestly, everybody has to do that. Like, wherever you're at now, even if it's in a bad state, you have learned so much. And the next time this thing comes around, when you get out of this rut, it will not be the same because you are going in with experience. Amen. Amen. So, that was kind of like my full moon experience. I'm crying every other week, and it's cool, I guess. Um, Going into the unknown but still healing, and I feel like I wrote this in my notes yesterday, but as I was thinking about it, I was just like, I'm in the unknown because I'm never really too clear on what I want to do, because I feel like I can do everything, and I'm very scattered brain when it comes to like what I want to talk about, what I want to do. Like, I feel like I can just do so much, but I don't have the time, energy, and or money to do all the things that I want to do. Like, I'm just like, I know once I settle down, I'm going to need a creative room. Am I on the spectrum? Like, I'm just like, I need at least five things, five big projects that I can consume my mind into. I was just like, yesterday, I've been getting sleep as of late. Like, I've just been allowing myself to sleep and not caring about, like, too much about everything. And that has been helping. And also, like, my partner, they have been very like loving and making sure like, if you sleep all day, I'm still gonna be here, period. So um I'm just thankful and appreciative of that, and just like allowing myself to relax and being like, this is what I need is peace. And for your partner and your person to be all into you, even though you're all into yourself, is such a given. Like, I'm just graced by God, and I most definitely feel like some ancestor behind these thoughts um orchestrated this for me. Thank you. She ate up with that one because I know it is. But yeah, like, still going into the unknown. Like, you never know what tomorrow's gonna hold. You never know what the next couple of weeks is gonna hold. You don't know what the next year is gonna hold, especially with the outside world. Like, I just be so too focused on my inner that, like, I be, like I said, I be psychosis every other week. I be in my inner world, I be locked in, and then I go out of it next week, and I be like, whoa, what is going on? Going back to my political shit and just realizing that we are crashing and burning. And I'm like, I was just gone for 7 days. Barely even that. I was just gone for 7 days. And we're already in more shit. Like, it's not even funny at this point. And I just be, and also, like, I do have to look at myself and be like, girl, you be stressing out about this. People have much worse. But also, I've told myself that literally my whole life. And then I got to a point where, like, if you keep pushing your feelings off, like, it's not going to do anything for you. You have to acknowledge that you're hurt, but also understand and be humble that you have privilege. We had privilege before the war got super, super bad. And unfortunately, the ones that passed before this became like such a nationwide thing. May they rest in peace. But when people didn't have the full knowledge of what was going on with Palestine and Israel, like, it was much more different. But now it's just like, okay, we just can't deny that, you are getting older, things are being seen as face value. You're getting into this, like, you're coming in with knowledge and consciousness, and it's being shown for the ugly that it is. And once you do your research and you dig a little deeper between Israel and America, you just get more disgusted and more like volatile. Like, you just start not giving, like, ugh. 400 podcasts of over 400 podcasts of true crime against kids, women, and men, and then going deeper into other aspects of psychosis. Psychosis. I don't want no more of it. It's just so bad. And I'm sorry to like cover the bad with the good. Like, I was just speaking so highly of it. But then that's what I'm saying. I have to regulate and create balance within this because it be getting me. It be smacking me. And I understand why people completely ignore politics sometimes. Like, I understand it, but I also feel like it's very necessary for people to educate themselves, or at least look and see what's going on and learn these laws and actually teach themselves, instead of people listening to the Republicans or the Democrats. Make your own thought. Y'all are well too controlled at this point, and it's scary. But yeah, like I'm saying, sorry to cover up the bad with the good, but most definitely take care of yourself. Like I said, I be on my inner world for a little bit longer than I be in the world for real, because like escapism is most definitely needed in this time. So just make sure you take care of yourself and take care of your mind, because mental is much more difficult than physical to get out. So okay. I think I was talking about my Uber driver, but I was gonna ride home from work, and it was this white man, and he was probably like the first white Uber driver that I've met that didn't like Trump, besides some women. Um, but yeah, he was just like talking, and he was just like, "Oh, like how old are you? Like you talk very intellectual. Like you talk very. Do you have kids? Like expecting me to have more knowledge. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it goes hand in hand. I don't know. It's weird. We're not even gonna get into that because that's just like the racial thing on top of it. But people expecting black women to be dumb. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, he was talking to me. He gave me a couple cards for his church, and I do, like I said, want to dibble dabble into Christianity. Ugh. Like, ugh. I understand, learning about the Lord. I don't mind dabbling in various different cultures. So it's whatever to me. I'm gonna go up in there with the utmost respect. Absolutely. In any place you go into a religion of faith, I feel like you should just give it respect, even if you don't celebrate it, like it, whatever the case may be. Like, just respect the people around it is just the kind of thing that I feel. So yeah, I might attend that. That is something that I'm thinking about. But also, I just feel like sometimes my spirituality mind and rebellious mind will never allow me to listen to tell me what to do. I don't know at this point. I feel like, am I purposely doing it? Or, I don't know. I feel like if I have doubts about you, I have doubts for a reason. I can't help those doubts. Like, something in my spirit, like, genuinely be, like, I be seeing it. I don't even be needing for people to vocalize about it. Like, if you don't fuck with me, I can see it before you tell me, or I can see it before, words are even spoken, type of thing. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I just have the intuition of a bald eagle or some shit. Like, I don't know. I be seeing. I be seeing. That's all I can say. So, yeah, I just be having to separate myself, because I'm like, I don't know, but also as a Taurus, and as like a slowly healing Taurus, I'm not healed, I'm healing. Um, I most definitely, I can get in my head sometimes, and then I want to like, oh, isolation it is. Scoot over, big bear. That's my spot, righty side. Righty side. But yeah, that's all I have this week, and most definitely I will put some journal props down below. I have a mantra on my page with some from Janae Aiko, and I'm most definitely going to update it because her mantras. Why did nobody tell me? Amazing. I am not afraid. The one that she just dropped, probably within the time that I post this video, 5 days to like 5 to 7 days ago. Amazing. I'm going to listen to it and journal right after this video. But that's all for today. I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day whenever you're watching this, night or morning or afternoon. Um, take care of yourselves. Focus on your inner world, but also start creating, start doing, start being you. Because ain't nobody gonna be you like you. Amen. Hallelujah. Ashe.
On them private jets, taking trips. Come back at 6, wake me and your child, and then won't lay today. Make me wonder.